Hello, right, I've come to do a quick video and discuss sensory issues, stimming, neurological differences within autism, and executive function. So if you're familiar with those terms, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. So I'm diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and awaiting an ADHD one, which is not expecting any surprises on that one. So what I do to help myself with my executive function, because that just goes out the window sometimes and I just can't function. I just have to do something with my hands. So here we go. Got a bass guitar here. And it's very helpful just kind of leveling yourself out. I mean, whatever you might use. You know, some people might hold a Rubik's Cube or a fidget spinner, you name it, throw a ball. And the problem with that is you might go off somewhere, you might lose it. Whereas, you know, I'm not gonna lose this bass guitar. So anyway, I've had a few weeks where it's been a bit tricksy. I think this time of year, I think probably for many autistic people, it's very bright, very loud, very sensory. I mean, I think it's just sensory overload. And well, it's Christmas and you can't expect the world to suddenly tone down Christmas, and especially I suppose these days it's kind of it's all doom and gloom, isn't it? And so I think people are thinking, well, let's have a really bright, noisy Christmas just to kind of have a bit of light and kind of forget about things for a bit. I don't know. So there you go. But how I've dealt with it, you know, I've gone into shops armed with earbuds, earphones, just in case the old Christmas music is pitched quite high, and it normally is. Or yeah, sunglasses. I had to wear sunglasses in the supermarket the other day, and just keep an eye on things, because you never know. And for me, I had a bit of a meltdown, bit of a burnout. It's probably more like it. I mean, fortunately, my meltdowns can be quite tame these days, and I see the signs, and I have to self-manage, and whatever that takes. Now, executive function, yeah, that's that, you know, that part of the brain which decides stuff, plans stuff. You'll have to look up the exact terminology because I'm not going to use it here. You know, it's that what you use to do stuff, and we all have to do stuff, and when that's really challenged, which it is for somebody with autism and ADHD, you have to find ways to manage. So if I'm going to make a meal, I will look at the ingredients, make sure I've got them, make sure I can see where they are, make sure all the implements are there. Because once you get started, you get in that zone, you know, you're going to be challenged. Because if you have to go off and look for something, you could lose your momentum. You could get frustrated at, or you might burn an ingredient. So for me, that's what I do. I make sure all the ingredients are there. I mean, you could say, well, that is standard. Yeah, everyone does that. Well, yeah, maybe they do. But so that's good. So I've learned to do that. And also have things to hand. When I go to sleep, I have a little music player. I have a tiny little lights I can put on. And my ASD makes me clumsy, dyspraxic. So I have these little lights I can use at night to get around, so I don't trip over stuff, so I don't fall downstairs. Yeah, I've got this little egg light. I could have brought it with me, but I haven't got it. And all you do with that, you just tap the egg and it comes on, and it's not too bright, and you can just, a bit like that scene in Lord of the Rings where they hold up this thing because of the spider. It's a little bit like that, but it's like a little egg that lights up. So I'm well prepared in case I meet any spiders on the way to the bathroom. And also realizing that emotional dysregulation is a thing. It happens, and you can't rely on your emotions. I can't rely on my emotions. They play tricks on us. They lie. And so if I'm over emotional, I know that it's my dysregulation. You know, that it's not a that's not the blueprint of my life. That's not how things are. It's just the emotions trying to kind of destabilize. So let's watch out for that. And this time of year can be quite emotive. I think, you know, Home Alone, I mean, I always have to fight back, you know, a few tears on that one, and that's not a bad thing. But for someone who's autistic, you have to kind of be aware of emotions and not let them kind of snowball. Sorry to use that term, because I know that there's a lot of snow around in America where it's not really welcome, and so thoughts going out to those in America right now. And I know a few folks over there, and yeah, it's a wow. You know, we don't know the half of it, do we, over here? So yeah, I've sidelined. So distraction. It's very easy to get distracted, and I think at this time of year things are normal. You're off your routines, so keeping the routines you can keep is good. Now for me, I have a breakfast routine where I get a slice of toast, some coffee, some cereal, some yogurt sometimes, and it's all on a tray, and I have it all ready, and then I take the breakfast to wherever I'm going. And that, for me, that is something of regularity at the start of the day. And so I don't feel the need to bung a bit of Christmas cake on there, or you know, a bit of an hors d'oeuvre, or a bit of sliced ham, cold sausage roll, or anything like that. You know, I keep it the same. Yeah, I mean, there's holiday food around, as they call it. There's a big Christmas cake, and I quite like Christmas cake, so yeah, I've got no problem with holiday food. But some things you can keep the same. You don't have to have Christmas breakfast. Alcohol, yeah. I mean, we always have to keep an eye on the alcohol content, and just because there's alcohol around, it doesn't mean you have to drink a silly amount, because those of us on the autistic spectrum, we need to manage anything like alcohol, any caffeine. You have to manage it. Yeah, you know what your limits are. So just, you know, just where you can, normalize, keep normal. You know, there's alcoholic free beers, there's alcoholic free coffee. You know, just keep a check on stuff. We're almost through the Christmas season, and it's not like a negative thing for someone autistic. It's just a challenging thing, and so that's it. You know, we can just view it as a challenge, and something. Also, it could be a time to relax. Just take a chill. Just find a way to relax. You know, all these lights, they're not actually always bright, so you can actually have some nice low lighting, and yeah. Oh, that's another thing that helps me. I've got some budgies, and there we are. You can't really see them, but some people have a support dog. I seem to have support budgies right now, which is okay. They bring a bit of colour. Sometimes a bit noisy, so you have to take them out of the room. Okay, I don't like to go over 10 minutes on videos, so I'm going to leave it there. So, touched on executive function, emotional regularity, and stimming, things to do to help you in the Christmas season and with all the ding dong merrily on high and all the lights. So have a good end of season and see you next year. Bye for now.